Now what we want to do is we want to create a dialog box so that authors can enter in the title of the page, and then this will be actually reflected back in the repository. So to do that, all I have to do is create a dialog box. So go back to your component, right-click on your component, say New, and then simply say Dialog, and call it Dialog. Okay? What that'll do is that will create a new dialog. Now notice, it automatically builds a structure. So it says dialog, and then it says items, okay, and that's of type tab panel, and then it creates a widget collection underneath there. And then under here, you'll see that there's a tab 1, and go ahead and just right-click and say new node. So this is what's going to be stored in our tab in the dialog box. So let's go ahead and just call it items, and let's make this a CQ widget collection. Okay, so there's CQ widget collection. And then of course, if you have a widget collection, it would make sense that you would have a widget underneath there. So let's give this a name of title, and let's make this a CQ widget, just like so. Okay, so under here I have my title for my CQ widget. And now on the title node that you've created, let's define where the content is going to be stored in what variable. So this is where the end user is going to enter in the information. So I'm going to call this name. It's going to be a string. And let's store it in a property simply called title. So I'll type in ./title. And now let's create another variable called xtype. And this is the type of control that we're going to be using. So there's a bunch of different controls. For example, there's combo boxes, there's list controls. In this case, we're just going to use a simple text field. And again, this is automatically going to build out the JavaScript for us. And then just indicate another property here called field label, and then say enter title here. Okay, and now you've created a dialog box. That's as simple as that. And now if an author goes out and requests a page, so let's say instead of calling it company, notice when I click on it, my little dialog box appears here. I can simply click on it. There it says tab 1, and it says enter title here. And now let's say I change this, and instead of calling it company, I call it corporation. And then I click OK down here. And now you'll see it's changed the name of the page to corporation. So what we've done is we've created a component with a dialog box that lets authors enter content directly onto the page. You've now increased your CQ development skills.